I remember first time I ever streamed, I ever put up a video on YouTube. It was when Tuchel had been sacked and Potter had been announced as coach, and I was calling it a Potter party, man. This now turned to a Pooper party, man. I mean, we cheating all over the place. I mean, every time Chelsea play, we don't look like we're scoring goals. We don't look like we can keep a clean sheet. We look disorganized. The team selection is just so weird. I mean, everything is wrong at Chelsea. From top to bottom, we're picking up injuries to key players. I mean, you know what? Me short fight that day. I mean, that him fighting Conte, I was not complaining. I was enjoying that. At least he showed me passion. He showed me that he wanted to win the game. He showed me he felt he had been robbed by the refereeing staff and the VAR. He showed the anger. Yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, Graham Potter is not that kind of a man. Graham Potter moves around as if he is Carlo Ancelotti, man. You are not that guy, Potter. You're not. Don't be calm there, just chilling on the touchline, waiting your boys to turn it up. I mean, midweek. Welcome everyone to MRM Sports. I'm your host Ronald M. GW25 review, man. First things first, congratulations to Manchester United fans. I mean, they deserve the cup. They finally ended 6-8 drought, man. 6-8 trophyless drought. I mean, they're building under Ten Hag. I mean, Eric Tenji. I mean, in the past streams I used to call him Eric Tenji. I mean, he's a good coach, no doubt about it. I mean, I thought he would need a season just to settle in. But then what he's doing this season actually it's brilliant, man. It's cooking. I mean, if Ten Hag had the backing of Todd Boehly, I think there would be in a title race. I mean, congrats to Manchester United fans. I have a lot of friends who are Man United fans. I mean, you can't be a football fan and not have at least 5 United fans in the circle. I mean, they are the biggest club. I'll give them that. But then I'm always up for hating United. And then we talk disaster at London. I mean, London Cowboys FC disaster class, man. We start with Graham Potter. I remember first time I ever streamed, I ever put up a video on YouTube. It was when Tuchel had been sacked and Potter had been announced as coach, and I was calling it a Potter party, man. This now turned to a Pooper party, man. I mean, we cheating all over the place. I mean, every time Chelsea play, we don't look like we're scoring goals. We don't look like we can keep a clean sheet. We look disorganized. The team selection is just so weird. I mean, everything is wrong at Chelsea. From top to bottom, we're picking up injuries to key players. I mean, you know what? Before I rant on Graham Potter, man, I was thinking to myself before this game started yesterday, before Chelsea's Spurs hosted Chelsea. And I was thinking the last time these two teams played, it was Tuchel versus Conte. And it was a 2-2 draw. I mean, Chelsea played some brilliant football that day. Take no doubt about it. The last goal, you remember all the controversy. Remember the controversy. Cucurella and Romero, man. We all know what happened. And Tuchel, for me, short fight that day. I mean, that him fighting Conte, I was not complaining. I was enjoying that. At least he showed me passion. He showed me that he wanted to win the game. He showed me he felt he had been robbed by the refereeing staff and the VAR. He showed the anger. Yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, Graham Potter is not that kind of a man. Graham Potter moves around as if he is Carlo Ancelotti, man. You are not that guy, Potter. You're not. Don't be calm there, just chilling on the touchline, waiting your boys to turn it up. I mean, midweek I was watching Liverpool versus Real Madrid, and when they 2-0 down, I mean, they showed the camera to Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, he's the Don. He knew that his boys are going to respond. He never showed him shouting at the players. Potter, you're not that guy. Your players are not going to respond. Show passion. Make those drastic changes even in the first half. Because after 10-15 minutes, we're done. We're done. I mean, as soon as Spurs figure out what they're trying to do, we're done. And for me, when I saw the lineup about 45 minutes before the game, I knew we're not going to get a result from there. I knew. Do you know how I knew? I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why Potter thinks in his mind that Havertz can be a false 9 or number 9 for Chelsea. I don't know why. I don't know who convinced him that Havertz is the striker I want him to be. I mean, the guy is just dismal. The reason why Havertz is a top goal scoring player at the moment in the club is because he's forever playing. So chances are he might get an odd goal here and there. But then Havertz has never be a number 9 and he will never be one. He will never be one. Even if you take a book from Manchester United, get a striker coaching coach like Ben McCarthy, get DJ Dropper to coach Havertz. I think even Dropper will tell you that, you know what, coach, we're wasting our chance here. I'd rather work on Aubameyang, someone who's known for scoring goals, someone who's been a golden boot winner in England with Arsenal when they finished 8th. Give him a chance. I mean, now if your fellas who's going to move and create about, we have players who are going to create. Let's give Aubameyang a full 90-minute game. You didn't register him for the Champions League squad, so why not give him in the Premier League and bring him on 10 minutes after we're 2-0 down? What is he supposed to do? He's not a magician. Even if you bring Messi in that situation with this Chelsea team, nothing will change. Bring in Messi and Ronaldo, nothing will change. I mean, for me, Harvey should be nowhere near the squad at the moment. His confidence is low. He's never in the box when you need him to be. He's always running around the pitch. He's always trying. Yes, his work rate, it's even half-half-it. You know, he's one of those players that will fake a run and you think he's running around, but in actual fact, he doesn't do nothing for the team. I particularly saw him yesterday. His hold-up play is not good. He's nowhere near a striker's holders play. Why don't you play Aubameyang? Yes, it doesn't know how to play, but then his Opa runs beyond the defenders. I mean, you have Spurs defenders. Ian Nacho's causing them problems not so long ago. I mean, Eric Dyer is not a good defender. Foster is not a good goalkeeper. And you're still failing to create chances. And what does it do in the midfield? I mean, he puts Enzo Fernandez next to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Enzo Fernandez throughout the game looks like the senior player. I mean, why did Loftus-Cheek start this game? I mean, you have a midfield two of Loftus-Cheek and Enzo Fernandez. Zakaria is on the bench. I mean, before he got injured, Zakaria was turning out to be a great player for us. Why don't you start him and Enzo, and then at least your back four is not your back four is porous. You know you to give up chances. At least start a holding midfielder, someone who's trained to be a holding midfielder in Zakaria, man. And then you make the change when you're 2-0 down to bring, Potter. You know how shitty Potter is. I'm sorry for the language, but you know how shitty Potter is. Which players improved under Potter? Ever since, I remember when Potter took over, we had that amazing run where the football wasn't great, but then we're getting results. I mean, we beat AC Milan convincingly, we're getting results. But then which players actually propelled his career under Potter? Even his own boy, Cucurella, is regressed in actual fact, man. I mean, you know what? I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with Potter. And one more thing. Why did Ziyech start that game? I mean, in January, Ziyech was not supposed to be at Chelsea. If they didn't mess up the paperwork or whatnot, Ziyech could be Messi, Neymar, Mbappe at PSG. He wasn't supposed to be at Chelsea. And then you start him, arguably the biggest game of the season for Chelsea at the moment. I mean, we're not going to defeat Arsenal. At least give us that London victory over Spurs. I mean, I remember... You remember that time when Spurs were going for the league against Leicester and Chelsea were shit? I think we're 10th again in that season. Then they came to the bridge and we're 2-0 down, I think, at half time, and then we ended up drawing and costing them the title. We're shit that season, but then we always know we get something from Spurs. Potter failed to do the simple thing that any coach for Chelsea is supposed to do, which is defeat Spurs in a season. If we're not going to defeat them, cost them the top 4 race at least. Be the ultimate hater. At least give fans something to get behind you with. I mean, you know how shitty Potter is at his job at the moment? You can see that at times he's clueless. How does Ziyech start a game when you're supposed to be going? I know, come the summer, we all know Ziyech is going. If a Chelsea fan, you know Ziyech is going. Why not start Modric? Why not start something? At least bring Ziyech when others had failed. I mean, yesterday Sterling and Felix looked like our players, and then he subs Felix for... man. You know what? I think I've had it up to here, man. I've had it up to here with Graham Potter. This is absolutely shit. It's shit football we're seeing every week in, week out. It's shit football. I mean, we last won a match when? When did we last win a match, man? When did we last score 2 goals in a game? When last did we speak up on? I mean, I was looking at our next fixtures. At least we're not playing midweek, so that's a relief for us. We're out of the FA Cup. That's a relief for us because we can't watch this diabolical football in 3 days' time, man. But then the next game is on the 4th of March. I believe this coming weekend. We play Leeds. And then we home to Leeds, the team which cost Tuchel his job. FU Leeds. And then we have Leicester City away from home. We have Everton at home. Then we have a double game week on the 1st of April. It is Aston Villa at home and Liverpool at home. Out of these 5 games, if Potter doesn't get a minimum of 10 points, I think for me it deserves a sack. If we don't defeat Leeds at home, we don't draw at least away to Leicester, we don't win at home to Everton, we don't beat Aston Villa or to Liverpool, I think for me, if Potter picks up 2 defeats in this run, in these next 5 games, I think it deserves to go. It deserves a sec. I don't care about building for the future, whatnot. If Potter fails to pick up at least 10 points, if he gets 2 defeats, let me not even count as points. If he gets 2 defeats in these games, I think it deserves to go, man. I'm done with Potter. I'm done with Potter. I mean, we are the laughing stock. I mean, in the middle of these games, I think we have Champions League football as well. If Dortmund eliminates us from this, I think the season is literally over. We're done. Even if you progress from Dortmund and we get, let's say, get Bayern Munich in the draw, or PSG, or whichever team, man, or even Napoli. I mean, if you get Napoli, they'll have a full day with us. I think if we get Napoli to be the blessing in disguise, because then you can see Osman live in the Stafford Bridge, how he can adopt to the atmosphere and spend another 50 million on him, man, because we need a strike as well. But then, man, anyway, Arsenal won. Arsenal is still top of the league. City won. City are still second. Spurs won. They're in the 4th position. I mean, it is what it is, man. Football will kill you young, eh? Anyway, I'm back on YouTube full time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. It is what it is, man. Cheers.